Hey, it is NFL prime time. Chris Berman, Booger McFarland, ready to roll?
Back to do it again, Boom.
Well, we get to do it. We get fans in the stands. Yeah. It's the longest season ever, which means we get to do this
even more.
An extra week or two.
Yes.
And folks, we're ready for some football. And the schedule makers, I think, gave us a break.
Yeah.
Because 5 of the Sunday matchups included playoff team versus playoff team, including 2 of the division winners in the AFC last year, the Steelers and the Bills. So Big Ben into Buffalo, where the Bills Mafia was more than ready, although you know the Steeler fans travel so well. In a lot of ways, offensively, this was a highlight for the Bills. And what ensued after Isaiah McKenzie takes the opening kickoff, and he could go almost all the way, but defense immediately for Pittsburgh, Booger.
Great way for the Bills to start. Could the offense capitalize on it? I don't think so, Boom.
Well, the fans are fired up, but no, they only got a field goal out of that Buffalo. But everybody's expecting the sky the limit in Buffalo. But TJ Watt, they signed him. Look at him.
Great job by Melvin Ingram making go the other way, and then Watt came in and dominated. Sack, fumble, 4 years, $112 million. Never looked so good.
Yep, Cameron Hayward recovered it under a minute to go in the half. Bills 3rd and goal. This was nice. Josh Allen to Gabe Davis. So Buffalo is leading 10-0. So even as well as Pittsburgh's defense is playing, the Bills needed a little more. And Big Ben said, well, I got Chase Claypool to make a play like this.
And he went up, and that'll be on Randy Moss. As you got Moss, he only had 3 catches on the day, but that one was outstanding.
It would lead to a field goal 10-3 early, the 4th at 10-6. The rookie, Najee Harris, Steelers. What do you mean we can't run the ball? Let's draft him. And this is going to be a big run-off tackle for 18 yards. Here comes Pittsburgh. Next play, now watch this. Big Ben made big throws when he had to, and big catch by Deontay Johnson for the touchdown.
Outstanding catch by Deontay Johnson. He led the NFL in drops. That was 2020, Boom. 2021, he's off to a great start.
So now the Steelers lead 13-10, and then the game, it changed and then here you go. Harmon Killebrew had 573 home runs for the Minnesota Twins. Miles Killebrew had a home run as a block punt. Ulysses Gilbert III picks it up, and all of a sudden the game is changed and Pittsburgh's up big.
Special teams are usually behind miscommunication on the interior of the Buffalo Bill. Punt protection, block punt.
Wow, so 20-10. Now it's 23-13. Buffalo needs 2 scores very late. One of the new Bills, Emmanuel Sender, but pass incomplete. Trey Norwood, 7th-round pick. Steelers pass defense played very well. It's a field goal, 23-16. The onside kick, so hard to do these days. Juju Smith-Schuster picks it up, and the Pittsburgh Steelers down 10 at the half. Ben, 18th. Who knows if it's his final season? Big Ben and the Steelers kind of stick their chest out and say, you know what? We're going to take your best shot up here and going to come back and beat the Bills, a team that beat them late last year. 23-16, Pittsburgh wins it. Our intrepid Sal Palantonio with Big Ben afterward.
You said there would be growing pains before the game, but we actually saw them take place during this game where guys sort of settled down and settled in offensively. How did you accomplish that?
Well, myself included. I was nervous. I was excited to go out there, and you know, you always want that first hit. I'm a little sore from the hits.
I don't want to go into it. It almost seems like y'all make it seem like we lost the Super Bowl or something. We understand we're a good football team, and we understand we're a better football team than what we showed today.
Well, first of all, nice jacket, Ben.
Oh, mid-season form.
Well, but it still is. It still is summer. Look, Booger, Pittsburgh defense. I know they'll show that, okay, but they gave up some yards, but boy, did they come up big when they had to. Minka Fitzpatrick had 10 tackles. Bushback had 10 tackles.
Yeah, especially early in the game. Pittsburgh's offense, 3 first downs, only 50-some yards in the first half. Their defense kept them in the ball game. And then in the second half, their defense was outstanding. They held Josh Allen in check, and they gave their offense an opportunity to get going, and Big Ben made just enough plays in the second half.
I mean, he made plays at key moments of the game. It's as if a pitcher didn't have really his fastball. Maybe give the Bills defense some credit. but we got guys out anyway. Is that a good way to describe it?
Without a doubt. Bend but don't break. Don't allow Buffalo to get into the end zone. And then when you flip it to the other side, boom, the Buffalo Bills offense. Josh Allen threw the ball 51 times. That's entirely too many times to throw the football. Where's the running game? Anytime they wanted to run the football, it was quarterback power, quarterback draw. The run game in Buffalo wasn't there, which allowed the Steelers to stay in the game and allow Big Ben and the momentum plays, the block punt stuff to come along in the second half.
Look, Pittsburgh had the loss to Cleveland in the playoffs, sticking their craw all offseason, and they made amends. And I can speak for folks in Buffalo. I think the hardest thing in sports, great expectations. So they were 13-3, and now are they going to be 15-2? Are they going to be 16-1? Are they going to? This was a real quality opponent, and we haven't even clicked into the fall season yet. So
calm it down a little bit.
Nice, very nice win by Pittsburgh. All right, we're fine. Hey, look, he knows BYU beat Herm this week, right?
Yeah, so, big win for the Cougars.
Well, meanwhile, Miami would like a big win against Buffalo because lately none of them have been coming. Tua Tagovailoa goes back to pass, home, 100-degree heat index against Buffalo. Bills defense brought it more. Teron Johnson lost at 3. 2 plays later, 3rd and 11. Everybody from Bruce Smith on made this sack here. 2 early sacks of the Bills. Now, first drive, Buffalo. Devin Singletary, he ran for yards late last week. He's running early here, 46-yard run. Difference when you can run the ball out of the gate.
I said last week Josh Allen needed help. The help I meant was the running game, and it showed up today.
7-0 Buffalo. Now, Tua. Incomplete. Uh-oh. A.J. Epinesa, who's quite a rusher. I mean, they were all over him. Tua with a rib injury would not return. And so now what? Well, they're going to go to Jacoby Brissett. But meanwhile, the Bills have the ball. Josh Allen, Emmanuel Sanders, wearing number 1. Looks like a little punt returner, right? Guy's played in the league for a long time and has had a wonderful career inside the 10. Allen, rolling right. You go here. No, I'm gonna go back this way. Stephon Diggs. There you go.
How about the poise, the patience to go up and under and always remain calm, Josh Allen?
14-0 Buffalo. Now here's Jacoby Brissett. He's good, but rusty is Levi Wallace. He hung it. Levi Wallace had a big game, picked off, and Jacoby knew he hung it. The Bills defense put their offense in business. Then Brissett again. Jakeem Grant Sr. It's a fumble. Matt Milano, 58, had sacks, tackles for losses. He's always around the ball. One of my favorite players. 3 Dolphins turnovers on the day. 14-0 at the half. All Buffalo. Allen, Cole Beasley, 22 yards. Now they're down to the 9. 1st and goal. Allen. It's not only the big names. We got a tight end named Dawson Knox. 21-0. And Bills lost last week, but they look now, at least in this game, like the contender, the Super Bowl contender. You thought they might be 35-0. They beat the Dolphins. Won 6 straight against them. Once upon a time, Miami beat Buffalo like 20 in a row a long time ago. That's ancient history. Their average win is by 20 points. So at this point, Buffalo has Miami's number in the heat, in the snow, and you know, they coughed up a 10-point lead last week. Defense said, we're a little upset. How about a shutout?
And definitely they came back. This is a proud defensive team led by defensive coordinator Leslie Frazier. But what I was most impressed by was how they took the ball out of Josh Allen's hands a lot today. Last week, boom, 60 touches, 51 passes, 9 rushes. Today, 33 passes, only 5 rushes. They got the running game going. He's going to need help. He's got help at the receiver position, but can you take the load off the young man? We know the defense is going to be good. This is the Buffalo team that we think can challenge Kansas City and play up there with Cleveland if they play this way. We can't have them throwing it 51 times, so I think they played the way we expect them to play today.
And got a big lead, let the defense,
defense
did it early. We hope the 2 is okay. Brissett, he's okay. Buffalo Bills. See, the Patriots go to 1-2. The Buffalo Bills lost opening day, but a huge 35-0. This is before the game. Chase Young, Josh Allen.
Hello, how you doing?
Washington football team. Chase Allen kind of traced down Josh Allen, but before the game they shook hands. And how about that to Emmanuel Sanders? Touchdown to number 1.
3 guys in the NFL can make this throw. Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, and Aaron Rodgers. Only 3 that can make that throw.
And a 28-yard touchdown, 7-0 Buffalo. Bills have scored again. It's 14-0. Watch this. Dawson, hard knocks. Tight end, if they get catches like this from the tight end in addition to the receivers, wow.
Back shoulder fade to the tight end. You got to love it.
21-0. Taylor Heineke. Tell you what, and Antonio Gibson made this swing look well. Antonio could go all the way. The pylon on there, and Washington scores 21-7.
One of the better dual threat running backs in our league.
This is a pooch kick, but the Bills weren't expecting it, or the Sun. And guess what? Live ball. Dustin Hopkins not only kicked it, he recovered it for Washington.
Like a little 60-degree wedge, it hit and a little backspin. Caught the Bills a little bit off guard, boom.
Well, backspin, some of us can't do that. Anyway, Taylor Heineke, remember how impressive he was on the rollouts in the playoff games? Even though they lost to Tampa Bay? Well, watch this. And get a cold one ready, because Heineke, it's a six-pack. Touchdown, 21-14. We're having a good time here in prime time. 24-14 now, Buffalo leads. Cole Beasley had a big game, 22 yards and a first down. Now, this is still at the end of the half. They kicked one field goal, get ball, and now Stephon Diggs, how pretty is this to give their kicker, Tyler Bass, from 48 yards out. This is all at the end of the half. This is textbook. And guess what? The fish are jumping. Bass. Field goal, good.
Really good teams finish off the half, and they start off the third quarter. The Buffalo Bills did just that.
27-14 they lead, and then the Bills. And Emmanuel Sanders, he's a clutch receiver, and Colonel Sanders does what a colonel should. Salutes the Bills Mafia, and Buffalo goes on to win going away 43-21. Last 2 weeks, the Bills 78-21. They've outscored their opponents. So look, for Buffalo, oh, what's wrong with? No, there's nothing wrong with Buffalo Bills. Here's what I'm seeing. And Washington did get a couple of scores, but the defense 2 years ago, Booger, was better than the defense last year when they had the 13-3 record. If that defense, I mean, Josh Allen and the offense speak for itself. I'm seeing that defense, Milano around the ball, et cetera. Do you?
Josh Allen hasn't been playing well the first few weeks. He played better today. The defense, we've all talked about pass rush from Buffalo. Can we get more pass rush? They're finally living up. Some of the draft picks, Russo, Hughes, the guys up front are starting to rush the passers. So even though they haven't put it all together yet, you saw a glimpse of it today. And here's the thing. That vaunted defensive line from the Washington football team, 0 sacks today. Great job by Buffalo's offensive line.
And overall game plan. No, there's no – they're not going 15-2. Right. Relax, Buffalo. There are plenty of wagons to be circled. This team is building from all angles. Now, Seahawks – Buffalo, though, since then has pinned their ears back and roared. Here's Houston on a rainy day in Buffalo. Doesn't bother the Bills. And the youngster from Stanford, Davis Mills, is – in trouble already. That's Tremaine Edmonds, the large linebacker, one of 4 picks on the day by the Bills. So, 4th and short at midfield, what do? Bills go. It's designed for Josh Allen, and it goes 16 yards.
Should have been a quarterback sneak, but real good improvisation there by Josh Allen.
Now on 3rd and 2, same drive. Allen. Oh, no, I'm not going to throw it there. Dawson knocks. Hard knocks. Into the end zone for the tight end, 25 yards, Buffalo.
Single hand pump fake, boom. You can do that when your hands are huge. Notice he never puts the other hand on the ball. Nice throw there. Great play by Josh Allen.
Now it's 13-0 Buffalo, second quarter. Texans, 1st and 25. What do you think's going to happen? After a penalty, ball is tipped into the hands of Micah Hyde. He's always Johnny on the spot. And passing yards for Houston in the first half, -23.
That's not good.
No. 16-0 Buffalo at the half. Now another field goal by Bass. 19-0. Good day for bass fishing. Allen stepping up. Stephon Diggs. Oh, that's perfect.
Just a beautiful throw. They call it dropping it in the bucket. It comes out of the sky like a butterfly with sore feet, boom.
Ooh, and Allen, well, that's kind of like an easy butterfly toss to knock for his second touchdown. They had 4 field goals. The Bills back in the end zone, and they win 40-0. So I understand it's Houston. Look, it's the NFL.
Yes.
I understand it's Houston. Buffalo has now thrown 2 shutouts in the 4 weeks. They've pitched a shutout in 5 of the 8 quarters. And in the last 3 weeks, they've scored 118 points. Colts, down holiday weekend, and what do we have on tap? We have a game some of us are slightly interested in AFC Championship game rematch. Bills at Chiefs. Can't wait to see our buddy Scott Van Pelt with this one. Scotty?
Can't help but think Boomer's a little bit conflicted here, right? Andy Reid against the Wagons and Buffalo. They met twice last year, both in the regular season and the AFC Championship game. Buffalo, a much different outcome in this one. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen ready to go. This Buffalo team, I don't know if they were on a mission, but they played like they wanted to let the Chiefs know what the deal was from the jump. Allen, 9-yard touchdown run there. They lead 7-3. Beginning of the second. Patrick Mahomes avoids the pressure. And that's the first grab for Josh Gordon since being reinstated to play. Good to see 19 back out there. Stay well, young man. Mahomes got time and a bazooka for a right arm, and he finds Byron Pringle. Touchdown. Chiefs lead 10-7. Bills. Speaking of a bazooka, zing! What a pass from Allen to Emmanuel Sanders. Another look at this one. Perfectly placed, and the Bills take the lead back 14-10. They wouldn't trail again. Bills next drive. 3rd and 8. This is a great look at the remarkable arm of Allen on a rope to Stephon Diggs, who's loose in the secondary. That would lead to a field goal, 17-10. Less than 2 minutes to go in the half. Allen. See him direct right there to Dawson Knox. Is turn it upfield, big boy. And he's got as many touchdowns as any tight end in the game. Halftime lasted a while. Thunderstorms in the area, more than an hour of delay as the rain and the lightning were in town. Gave the Chiefs a chance to regroup. Would they capitalize? Trailing 24-13, Mahomes to Tyreek on 3rd and 5, threw his hands into the hands of Micah Hyde, who is a ball hawk. Probably would have been stopped short of the first down, but this is clearly much worse for the Chiefs as it turns into a touchdown. The Bills' lead has grown to 31-13. 4th quarter, it's 31-20. Allen. He was dangerous with his legs in this one. Oh, in honor of Boomer. What? He leaps the defender, gets the first down, then leader in the drive. Allen to Zach Moss, working his way into Chiefs territory. Then it's Allen again. Design run. He's got a wide avenue, slides down, and then one more time, he finds Emmanuel Sanders for a touchdown. They extend the lead, and the Buffalo Bills go into Arrowhead. Just a regular season game, and Allen said afterwards, you'll probably make more of it than you ought to. Give him credit for that. Whatever it meant to them, it was a victory and an emphatic one. You'll see them next on ESPN Monday night against the Titans. Meanwhile, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, who have dropped 2 straight at home and are 2-3, come to the nation's capital to take on Washington.
There are a whole lot of angry Western New York members of Bills Mafia that are going to be flying back to Buffalo after a tough loss here at Tennessee. What a game for these Tennessee Titans. And then you see...
And nobody circles
the wagons. They tried to circle the wagons, then the wagon fell over. Wild night tonight. Derrick Henry in a 6-0 game rips off 76. You got any more Chris Berger?
I'm trying. We need the zip and a whoop. We need the speedometer on that play, 21.8 miles an hour. I still can't get over that.
Yep. He's big. He's fast. He's nasty. Then Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs. He's tired of people talking about his brother Trayvon having 2 touchdowns. Now Stephon has 2. And then we went back and forth. And then Ryan Tannehill says, hey, I can run like Josh Allen can.
It wasn't the prettiest of nights for Ryan Tannehill.
No.
They didn't have as much success throwing the football, but they were gritty on offense.
Here's Allen. Cole Beasley had himself a ball game. I mean, left all alone.
Yeah, right here. That's just a breakdown in coverage in the secondary there between Molden and Jenkins. Resulted in 6.
We went back and forth, 7 lead changes, ties an all-time Monday Night Football record. And there's Henry into the end zone.
That was a big-time drive, big-time answer from Tennessee. Controlling the football.
Back of the end zone. What do you got on Tommy Sweeney? Touchdown. Had a 2-point conversion. Then it's Derrick Henry. Touchdown. Titans lead 34-31. Here's the decision, and here's the play. You got overtime in your back pocket. It's the easiest of field goals. The Bills go for it on 4th and 1 and don't get it. And this really seals the game.
Deion Dawkins was on Jeffrey Simmons and just did not get his head across. That's what you have to do in the sneak. Give credit to Simmons. He anticipated it and made the play when he needed to.
So a most interesting decision made. They failed to get it on 4th and 1. It cost them the game. And of the many surprising things, we talked about it in the open of the broadcast, Ryan Tannehill, the most sacked quarterback in the NFL, goose egg, protected him enough tonight, didn't get sacked once.
Run game. Run game protection.
Yeah, what was interesting in the second half in particular, because that's when it really started to have the effect of slowing down the pass rush as the passing game got going and A.J. Brown heated up. Then they had him right where they wanted him.
You know, I think you got to look at now at Tennessee and where they go from here. They're, you know, they were kind of limping into this affair with loss to the Jets and an ugly win against the Jaguars, and everybody's wondering about this team. And all of a sudden now at 4-2 and right in the race with the Colts, and with this signature win, they must be feeling really good about themselves.
Until they look at the schedule and see the Kansas City Chiefs are coming here next weekend.
That might not be as bad as you think.
You're right.
Especially for Derrick Henry. He's been saying, hey, it might be a lot easier than it was tonight, considering how those guys have been defending the run.
Might be a good time to get the Chiefs. And Buffalo will sit around and chew on this one for 2 weeks as they go into their bye week. What a game. What a story here in Nashville.
Only Cam Newton in his first start in the NFL with a 400-yard passing day, and that goes back to 1950. Meanwhile, Buffalo has owned Miami lately, rolling up a lot of points coming off the bye. And there we go, a little pumpkin head. And Josh Allen had a minute left in the half, and then the Bills started slowly. Miami defense showed up here. We are game tied at 3 4th and 4. Allen gets pulled down by Andrew Rip Van Ginkel.
Yeah, Josh Allen thought he had drawn the Dolphins off sides. He's a little upset because there was no flag thrown.
So the Bills turn it over downs. Now, Dolphins possession. Mike Gesicki, oh my goodness, the guy in motion gets hit with the snap. This is actually hard to do.
It's very hard to do. The first thing we do at practice every day, boom, is quarterback center exchange, even in shotgun. That can't happen.
So Micah Hyde recovers Bills at 3-3, third quarter. Now, Allen, Cole Beasley makes the turn, first down. Bills fans figuring out they blew this team out earlier this year in Miami, but Miami came to play. Allen, and he kind of gets his helmet. He does. It was a flag. He fires to wide open Gabe Davis. 10-3 Buffalo.
Only when you get a quarterback that's 6'4", 240, he can shake that off and throw the TD.
And he came, Allen to Stephon Diggs. Now, they haven't racked up the touchdowns as much as Buffalo has done it this year. At least not yet, but they did here.
Great confidence between the two.
17-3. Tua. Gesicki. He's 40-yard longest pass completion of the year for Tua. 2 plays later, Tua. Touchdown. They go for 2. They make it 17-11. One-score game. Brian Flores' team. Now the Bills' field goal, 2011. Tua picked off Jordan Poyer. Well, their back end is excellent.
And it just seems like once a week, Tua continues to throw that one interception where he doesn't see the middle field safety. Once a week, he's got to shut that down.
Their safeties, their corner, that back end is outstanding. Now, 2 minutes to go. Allen trying to put the game away. And he ran a lot. And he ran a lot where he took some licking, too. I mean, it was almost like a year or two ago the way he was running the ball, but Bills needed it, and they win 26-11.
He's an extension of their running game. They don't have the household names at the running back position, but Josh Allen is an excellent runner.
And so the Bills win, and they have won 7 straight over Miami. Now, he ran for 55, threw for 249 Miami. Buffalo's 5-2. Miami has dropped 7 in a row, 1 on opening day, and that's it. Patriots. I mean, Jacksonville, come on.
Had to be a layup.
Yeah, I mean, that was not going to be a thud either. So here we go with the Bills and the Jags. Like I said, here we go with the Bills and the Jags. Now, there were 2 Josh Allens on the field. You heard it all week. Both were 7th overall picks. I love this.
How about that?
2018, one in 2019. And for the first time ever, unless there was a quarterback named Deacon Jones, the Deacon once sacked Josh Allen, sacks Josh Allen, namesake, sacking namesake. It was bizarre.
And it was a great move by Josh Allen from Kentucky. The left-hand shot, turned the corner. Only thing I wish he'd have done, boom, was get the ball out.
Well, that was coming. It's a 6-6 game, third quarter. Matthew Wright. It's a doinker. But guess what? False start. So here's another kick. 47 yards. It's a miss. And but running into the kicker, Wright's gonna get a third chance, but this proves that 3 chances, 3 wrongs don't make a right, unfortunately. That's what I wanted to say. Really? Wow, the hat trick.
Yes.
So this is the 6-6. Josh Allen intercepted by 41. Josh Allen, crazy stuff.
Yeah, and Josh Allen for the Bills knows he can't make that play. That is a reckless play. Anytime you're going down, you got to learn to know when the journey's over. But a great play by Josh Allen from the Jaguars.
And so now, right as this Josh Allen looks, Wright goes, you know what? They made, some field goals in London. They made a couple stateside for the first time this year for the Jags. The Jags lead 9-6. I mean, you know the Bills are going to score, right? Like, no! It's a fumble! The ball is forced out, and look who falls on the loose ball. It's Josh Allen, Jaguars. Wow!
Again, you see reckless ball handling by Josh Allen. You got to tuck that football away. He didn't, and he paid for it.
And now, minute to go, 4th and 16. I mean, you're not in field goal range. You got to try it. Josh Allen, Bills rolling. It's incomplete. You just wouldn't have this. Took the Bills most of 3 quarters to get a touchdown last week against Miami. This week, they don't get a thing. I mean, as far as a touchdown, and the Jags defense looked kind of like 3-4 years ago.
Without a doubt. The last 2 trips for Buffalo to Jacksonville, they've scored a total of 9 points.
Yeah, one was playoff game, and this was an eye-opener for everyone, starting with the Bills, Josh Allen.
And credit to them, they came out, they wanted it more. We had a lot of little things add up to big things. And I put the ball in danger too often, bit us in the butt. Excuse my language, but that starts with me. So I got to be better for this team. But again, those guys on defense get paid too. They had a good game plan.
Stunned by the Jags last week. Took them a long time to get going the week before against Miami. Josh Allen, a company. All right, 1 is an accident, 2 is a trend, and here are the Jets. It was not a problem. Allen Matt Breida, the former Niner.
Yeah, welcome back, Matt. We haven't seen you in a while.
15-yard touchdown, 7-0 Bills playing at the Meadowlands. Mike White, what a story. His first start a couple weeks ago. Maybe not here. Teron Johnson, but he's around the ball. Looking at the Etch-a-Sketch. I had one of those when I was a kid. 10-3 the Bills. Surprising that Stephon Diggs is, it's not been the season that it was a year ago, but it's coming right now.
And they have time to get on the same pace. Nice little double move. They both saw the same thing.
57 yards. Josh Allen to Diggs. Oh, what a great play, but take a close look despite the effort. Not quite in bounds.
Yeah, the timing just a little off from the back shoulder there. Great control there, but the cheek hits on the white.
So guess what? It's called back. So rather than brood about it, we're going to do it again. And this time we're going to make another circus play, and it's a touchdown.
If the first time we couldn't do it, let's come back and try again. That's what I tell my kids. Boom, the Bills did the same thing.
They literally circled the wagons on that play. Now, 24-3. Josh Allen, Bills want more. Gabriel Davis is open, 49 yards. And now in the red zone, the Bills pitch. Matt Breida. He's got a convoy, and he bounces it in the end zone, 31-3 Buffalo.
And that's the missing element to this offense. If they can run the football, look out.
White picked off. Allen, play action. Gabe Davis with a play here. How about this concentration?
I would love to say good throw, great catch, but that's bad defense, Boom. The Jets should have made that pick.
And so it sets up Zach Moss for a 1-yard run, 38-3. And then White, storybook 2 weeks ago when he came in, threw for over 400 yards. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. They have safety.
Yeah, we saw it. Colt McCoy, Mike White, first start went well, second start not so much. It's amazing how when they get film on you, what happens?
Well, they played, and Bills picked off 4 passes.
Yes.
Their 15 lead the NFL, the most picks in football. Josh Allen threw for 366. And if you're worried about the Bills' offense, don't. And if you're wondering, Joe Flacco came in late in the game for the Jets. So they played everybody but Richard Todd and maybe Joe. So we'll have to continue to see how the Jets progress on the year. Bills, last year with Phillip Rivers, Colts went into Buffalo, almost won a playoff game. Frank Reich, of course, one of the favorites at Buffalo when he backed up Jim Kelly with the huge comeback. The rain came second quarter. They got almost 480 yards last year in a loss in the playoffs. This time Carson Wentz has a chance. Michael Pittman on the first drive of the game. Jonathan Taylor, get used to this. You know what? The holes get bigger and bigger every week, don't they?
Really nice job. They brought the tight end down and created what they call a wham block.
And so Buffalo's first possession, Josh Allen. At time, the double coverage. George Odom, 21 yards, Indian business. The Colts, most points scored off turnovers, and this would be some more. This is a good-looking play, little underthrown Wentz to Taylor, but if you throw it to him, it's a great pass no matter where it is. Touchdown, Indy.
Not only is he a really good running back, he can catch out of the backfield.
14-0 Colts. Now the Bills. And, you would hope they would start to rev up a little bit. Allen to Stephon Diggs, and he goes, let me take a picture of this. Hey, you smile for the camera.
Jeez.
14-7, having fun. But Isaiah McKenzie, looking like one of the McKenzie brothers. Bob and Doug, he fumbled it. TJ Carey picks it up. And first down, Colts, after the Colts kick off after making a field goal, 17-7. Taylor leaping into the end zone. 3 touchdowns, 24-7 Indy.
Boom. When you talk about MVP candidates, we got to talk about Taylor.
Well, 6.5 minutes into the third. Taylor, what? Makes a little move. 40 yards down to the 10-yard line. And then here's the one I wanted. They should have waited for the whoop for. Whoop. And then another little one right there. Oh, man. He can do it all.
Yes,
Power,
he can.
moves. 4 touchdowns, 31-7. Allen. Of course, the Colts can just rush, right? Triple cover, ding, ding, ding. It's picked around, tip drill. Kenny Moore, 14-yard interception return.
Kenny Moore, just a ball hawk. Tips and overthrows. As a defensive player, we got to have those.
Xavier Rhodes, you can go out more, first down Colts. And then, from the one, who's going to get the ball here?
I wonder who.
Yeah, it could be Taylor. Taylor made. Obviously, it ties a Colt record. I mean, the franchise have been around a long time. We've got more on him in a moment. I mean, the Colts came into Buffalo and destroyed the Bills. There's no other way to look at it. And the rain came, but that's exactly was perfect for the Colts. 41-15. So Indy, after that rough start, is now 6-5, and the Bills have lost 3 of their last 5. After the game, the talk obviously on Jonathan Taylor.
To say the weather would be a factor in a December game in Buffalo, I think we all get that. But you expect some snow or some rain.
Some of us enjoyed it more than others.
I know I did.
That's for
sure. How about the wind? Wind gusts up to 50 miles an hour. There's Jacksonville's own Mac Jones. And Josh Allen, he's got the rifle arm. Could he throw it through this wind? First quarter, everybody up at the line of scrimmage in this kind of game. And Damian Harris says, see you later. How about 64 yards for the touchdown? Don't even try the extra point. Get a 2-point conversion. New England and an 8-0 lead. Here's the only turnover of the night for New England. And N'Keal Henry or N'Keal Harry, I beg your pardon, goes off the top of his helmet. I mean, barely glanced off it. Here's another look at it again, the face mask, really.
Yeah, and the fact that this was the only turnover was a bit surprising with everything that was going on.
Josh Allen rifles that one into Gabriel Davis.
Yeah, this is where you thought, look, they need to make sure they're taking advantage of having the win at their back, and Josh for sure took advantage of it there.
Going with the wind here, Nick Folk from 41, and New England had an 11-7 lead. On to the third quarter we go. Going with the wind, Josh Allen. This is a 3rd down and 7. He's going to come up just short, but a questionable penalty for unnecessary roughness keeps the drive alive on Miles Bryant.
Yeah, and that was a big call because it led to this and a great kick, 3-point, which could have been the difference in this game if things had bounced the Buffalo Bills' way.
Here's Folk. He's had a terrific season. Boots it through from 34 into the wind. We'll get down inside of 2 minutes. Here's kind of your ball game. 4th and 14 from about the 19, and it is knocked away. The same Miles Bryant, and they turn it over on downs.
Just an excellent play by Miles Bryant, very instinctive play. It's the kind of play that leads to the kind of frustration that you see right there in Stephon Diggs.
So let's stay with Stephon Diggs and the Buffalo Bills. People will be concerned, Grease. Now it's 8 weeks without consecutive wins by the Bills, who a lot of people thought would be the class of the AFC this year.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people thought they were, and they may still be. They're not done. I'm not concerned about the Buffalo Bills. I thought this was a unique ball game that isolated them having to run the football. It was very difficult. When you take Stephon Diggs, Emmanuel Sanders, Dawson Knox out of the game for the Buffalo Bills, it's a different game. So, next week they'll play the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the defending champs, and I think it's a great opportunity for them to rebound from this game and then make that push to the postseason.
And Lewis, for New England, it's 7 consecutive wins, and their formula remains the same regardless of the elements and the weather. Running the football, not turning it over, a handful of penalties.
Yeah, and I think really you could really say that their formula is doing whatever is necessary, Steve. That's really what they believe in. Bill wasn't trying to prove it to anybody that they could throw the football in these conditions. He's like, the heck with that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep running it and rely on my defense and hopefully make good decisions with my special teams. N'Keal Harry, although you almost, I don't know if Bill's going to put him back there anytime soon as far as punt return is concerned. But we'll see what happens with this team as it continues to round out its offense from a passing game perspective. Because on a neutral field, you're right, who knows how this game turns out. If Mac has to throw the ball 35, 40 times, although he has been pretty good throwing the football. But this is a team that's ascending. We'll see what happens.
And again, Week 16, again, a rematch of these two teams in Fox.
Make you shudder. But this was our Monday countdown show. All of you guys, tell me. This was Monday night.
Oh, but boom, listen. I'm 284 pounds and the wind moved me. Yeah, Shefty better have body security while he's holding onto that football.
I love that all the script got blown away. It's called TV at its finest. And that was it Monday night in Buffalo. So with wind chill, the 20s, the winds at 50 miles an hour, after that, you want to take a vacation. Yeah. But you don't necessarily want to play Tampa Bay and Tom Brady. But Josh Allen, the Bills said, look, maybe we'll let it rip. Maybe our offense will get going. We have no idea what it would have been done against New England on a normal day. Well, Leonard Fournette, here's what Tampa saw. You can run on the Bills.
The Colts have ran on the Bills, the Patriots have ran on the Bills, and Leonard Fournette and the Bucs started the game off running on the Bills.
47 yards, 7-0 Tampa Bay. Now up 10-3. Tom Brady, Rob Gronkowski. Have they ever hooked up before? I think once or twice. 18 yards.
I think I've heard that connection.
Yep, he's special. Now, Bucs, 3rd and 5. Brady, Mike Evans. He's special.
Boom, this is a really good throw, but an even better catch. Tom Brady puts it over the cornerback to where only a 6'5" Mike Evans can go get it.
And so, Tampa Bay, look, Buffalo's not scoring, but Tampa is. Brady, under pressure, and then that's what you get when you get Mike Evans. He can get position, he can grab it, and then a couple plays. Tom! Did he run for like almost 20 yards in this game?
Yeah, maybe the greatest quarterback sneaker of all time.
Yeah, 24-3 Buffalo. Allen. Josh Allen says, all right, he's going to run 1 yard. I'm going to run farther. Now all of a sudden, Cold play for Allen, 24-10.
Where was that Monday night, the quarterback design run?
Yeah, now 27-17, fourth quarter. You know what good defense Tampa has? That's Cole Beasley. 12 yards, next play, Allen. So where's this been really for like a month? Stephon Diggs in front of the defender, 12 yards. Here come the Bills, trying to circle the wagon. Gabe Davis, touchdown, 27-24 all of a sudden.
Outstanding release by Davis, man-to-man against Carlton Davis, beat him inside.
Now, under 3 minutes, just over 3 minutes to go, 3rd and 6. And defender I love a lot to watch him play is Matt Milano, number 58, Buffalo.
Yeah, out of Boston College, he plays hard all over the field, boom.
He's around the ball, and Buffalo gets it back for Sean McDermott. Allen, pass. Davis fighting his way across the first down marker, saves the game on 4th and 4, first down Bills. Allen, Dawson Knox, nice catch. Rumble, Bumber, 24-yard gain deep into the Bucs secondary. Bills in field goal range. No crosswind. Tyler Bass can make a 25-yarder, and we're tied.
Yeah, just hit it down the middle. The wind won't move it at all.
27-27 on to overtime. Bucs, ball, 3rd and 3. Brady steps up for Rashad Perriman. Look out! He could go all the way on 33. They sent maybe one extra, and Tampa Bay avoids blowing a big, big lead. Guess what? They've won 4 in a row. The Bills scratching their head, and the Bucs win 33-27.
Yeah, and the Bucs made it a lot closer, boom, than it should have been. Outstanding route, the little mesh route, little rub. The Buffalo Bills didn't pick it up, and Davis was able to make the touchdown.
So our man Jeff Darlington, Rashad Perriman, among many offensive players, this was the game in which he stood the tallest.
What just happened on the final play? Oh, man, it was a huge play call, real good play call, and we knew it was man-to-man. Time put on a dime, and God's gift did the rest, really.
All right, so let me do some quick addition because this game ended while we were on. Right?
Yeah.
So there were 100 passes in this game, Boog. Josh threw 54 and Tom threw 46. And they threw for, almost, 700 yards.
Yeah.
Allen ran for 109. So we start with Bucs because, boy, a lot of these teams had big leads and didn't like prosperity. But when it comes down to crunch time, they just know how to win with number 12.
Yeah, and number 12 knows how to make plays. Boom. And here's the key for the Buccaneers. Here's the positive. Number 12 is playing very well, and your offense is moving the ball and putting points up, and you have to like where you're going. They still can't run the football offensively when they want to run. I know Fournette had to run early on, but what happened to the Bucs defense? That Bucs defense that when you got a lead could close games out, that defense didn't show up today. So if I'm Bruce Arians, happy with the win, always happy, but I'm concerned about my defense.
The Bills weren't going down there for a moral victory, but for a change, although they weren't sizable underdogs.
Yeah.
Remember, they're in the AFC Championship game last year. Oh, finally, we're not the, quote, favorite. But it took them 2.5, 3 quarters to get it going. But a game like this, now you don't mind Josh Allen running the football because that's what they can do offensively. And that opens up the Diggses and the Beasleys. Maybe they take that last quarter and a half, and that opens the door for their offense to resurface.
You're right. It's something you can build on. First of all, their defense has to get better against the run. The coach, the Patriots, and the Buccaneers ran the football when they kind of wanted to run the football. So they got to get better at stopping the run. Here's my concern about Buffalo offensively. It's too much on the quarterback.
Yeah.
Josh Allen has to do it all. Boom. That is a lot on a 24, 25-year-old quarterback that's got to do it all.
Yes.
And he's playing at a high level. But you can't ask him to throw it 50 times, run it 15 times, and be the savior of the team. They have to get some support running the football. Diggs, Beasley was outstanding today. But you got to run the ball at some point. That's what they need to do.
Yeah, but it's hard to figure it out if this is your roster.
Yes.
But maybe something, maybe screens. It's not for me to say. We were on during a lot of this game. Screens, that's kind of maybe the running game, even though it's not in the stats that way.
Yeah, it's short passing game, and you talked about it, the design quarterback run, but at some point, you got to take a break. Hand it off, take a 3 or 4 second break, and now come back and regroup. Right now, there's so much pressure on Josh Allen to make every single play. And when he's on, it looks MVP worthy. But when he's not, boom, they struggle like they did Monday night against the Patriots and for 2.5 quarters today against the Bucs.
They haven't looked right since the bye week, the Bills. 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Now they play Carolina next week. They get a couple games at home late in the year. meaning January, Southern teams coming up. They have one left with the Patriots, so it may not be the division.
Right.
That's going to be tough for them, but they need to exhale, build on that last quarter and a half, and I can speak to the people in Buffalo. All is not lost. I know it doesn't look great. The team is too talented to not turn the corner and then start on a winning streak, but we're running towards Christmas.
Yeah.
So let's go.
Yeah, you're right.
You want to do some game balls?
Let's do it. For me, I'm going to go with a rookie. And some people say
against Carolina, they got 3 of their last 4 at home. Cam Newton and this happened before the game. Zane Gonzalez, well, you don't carry 2 kickers. He injured his quad during warm-up, so everybody on the roster said, well, can you kick? We're going to – I'm not blaming any of these guys. How can you? By the way, it's in Buffalo. It's in December. Guess what? We're going for 2 every time we get in the end zone. That's not analytics. That's called brain. Meanwhile, wait a minute. A rushing touchdown by a running back for the Bills. That's Devin Singletary, 7-0. First in 5 weeks. Cam Newton taken down by Taron Johnson on 3rd down. Look, even in Buffalo, they were worried. But guess even the Grinch is feeling better about it. Buffalo ball, they get it back. Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs. How you digs me now? 12 yards, touchdown, and only in Buffalo, December. Let's have a beer.
Yeah, in the middle of the game and celebrate.
We love the Bills, obviously. Buffalo, Josh, picked off by Jeremy Chin. They can still play some defense, Carolina.
Oh, without a doubt. And that's a great play by Chin. Boom. He comes off of his primary responsibility to his secondary responsibility and makes a diving interception.
Now, Cam, 5 straight games, he scored a touchdown, a rushing touchdown. That's pretty good. No kicker. We go for 2, obviously. Cam, you going to run it in? No. Here's a good player, DJ Moore. It's 14-8. In Buffalo, they wanted to establish the run, but they weren't rolling at this point.
Right.
Now it's 17-8 third quarter. Gabriel Davis. Now Emmanuel Sanders is hurt, and Gabe Davis has come up big last few games. He's important. First down. Allen. You know what, Gabe? You did that? How's that throw?
Boom. He had no choice but to catch that. What a dime by Josh Allen. I mean, the howler he had right there, he had no choice but to catch that.
Now it's 24-8 Buffalo. 4th quarter, 3rd and 6 Panthers. Newton. Amir Abdullah. Good wheels, 23 yards, 24-14. They go for 2, obviously. But this didn't work, so it's a 10-point game still. 2 minutes left in the game. Same thing, 24-14. Sean McDermott's crowd looking for a little breathing room. Allen and Davis is wide open this time. The Bills go on to win it. Josh Allen threw for 3 touchdowns, only threw for 210. But the big part of it is that, and we'll talk about it here underneath, Buffalo ran the ball with the running backs.
Boom. They're 5-0, including today, when they rush the football with running backs 20-plus times. Run the football. It sets up the play action. It's not about the yards.
Right.
It's about establishing a physical identity, setting up your quarterback to do some play action, and taking some of the responsibility off him. This was an outstanding performance, an outstanding game plan by Coach Brian Daboll and Josh Kelly.
Yep. And listen, here's the thing. They're at New England next week. We'll talk about that, and that's really for the division, perhaps. Hey, there were some showdowns on top of divisions, and although they didn't officially settle them yet, they may go a long way into settling who wins a couple of divisions of the AFC. And why don't we start in the AFC East, where New England's pretty much owned the East. Buffalo won it last year. They were expected to win it this year. New England went back in front at first, winning in the maelstrom that you were in. And now we go to the rematch. Bills at Patriots at not yet frosty Foxborough. We had a little white Christmas around here, but the temperature's in the 40s. Not certainly quite a bit different than when Booger got blown out of his chair in Buffalo a couple of weeks ago. Josh Allen, the rookie Mac Jones. Josh Allen, immense. 4th and 2, the theme of this game, 4th down. That's the Isaiah McKenzie first drive. Bills, Sean McDermott goes for it on 4th down against Bill Belichick, 7-0 Bills. Now, Mac Jones, Damian Harris, they ran for so much against Buffalo the first time. Why not try it again? 12 yards, pitch to Harris, going left this time. And he's in the end zone for the touchdown, 7-7, so you got the theme of the game early.
Right on.
And now 10-7, doink, doink, and in the air, Micah Hyde picks it off as Jones was looking for N'Keal Harry, and the Bills would take advantage of the break.
Yeah, great job of the Bills playing zone coverage, tipping the ball, tips and overthrows. Defense got to have those, Boom.
And now Josh Allen, this is 4th and 2. Stephon Diggs again, the Bills criticize, well, you don't go for it enough. Yeah, they're going for it on 4th down. That was 23 yards. Allen, zing, to Stephon Diggs across the middle. Beautiful 17-7.
Not many guys in the league can make that throw, Boom. It's a timing throw. Look at the trajectory of the football. That is great timing between those two.
100 career TD passes, Josh Allen. This was his game. They're up 20-7. Patriots going on 4th down. They would make it a lot too. 4th and 3. Jones rolling out, says to Jacoby Myers, go over there. Inside the 5, P-men in business. Harris, handoff. We had a one-score game, 20-14 Buffalo.
And the Patriots started to run the football a little bit. Not like in Buffalo, but a little bit better today.
Well, now Allen. Watch this. Fakes a handoff. Flushed. McKenzie. Isaiah McKenzie. More on him in a moment. Of course, on Boxing Day, one of the McKenzie brothers catches 11 for 125. Wait a minute, a rushing touchdown by Devin Singletary.
It's amazing how good this offense looks when they attempt to run the ball.
They went for 2, didn't get it, 26-14. Mac Jones, Mac the knife to Myers, 21-yard pickup. 4 plays later, 2nd and 4. Harris, handoff. I'm in. He had 3 touchdowns. 26-21, a one-score game. Play of the game. 4th and 1. Josh Allen. Looks like he's going to be stopped for like a 3-yard loss. Forget it. It's an 8-yard run that was just beautiful. And then Allen flushed. A little sleight of the hand. When you're feeling it, you're feeling it. Huh,
you absolutely are.
19-yard game for a 1st down. And then here we go with Allen. Watch this. You like that backhand? How about another one? Dawson Knox, and that's how it went for Buffalo. Josh Allen looked like the Josh Allen that we saw a lot last year for about the first 5-6 weeks this year. Saw him second half against Tampa, and the Bills, same record as the Patriots. They obviously have split their 2 games. 33-21 Buffalo. Bills with 2 home games left. Patriots 1 at home and 1 on the road. More on who sits where. But afterwards, Coach Bill Belichick, 7-game winning streak, now 2 tough losses.
Buffalo receivers played well. They threw the ball well. And, they ran after the catch well. So, yeah, they did a good job, did a better job than we did, that's for sure.
I think we just need to execute better, and it really just wasn't our day. But there's no excuses, and there's really nothing to talk about. I didn't play great. I can play better. And I can lead a lot better.
I think we were all criticized in the first game. I think we all wanted to play better. I think we all expected to play better. And like I said earlier, we knew we had to come out today and execute. And, Coach Frazier and Sean put a hell of a game plan together for us on defense that allowed us to go play fast and execute our job. They had some runs. They made some plays, but, nobody blinked.
We're where we want to be right now. We gotta continue to find ways to win football games and move the ball and take advantage of our opportunities and, playoff caliber mindset. That's what we have.
We all trust the ball in his hands anytime the game's on the line. We're down, we're up, whatever it is. In 1-7, we trust.
Well, I mean, that was big-time football. And boy, I mean, there are all sorts of ways to go from that. But let's start with the Bills looking like, I thought, the team that many, including themselves, expected to look like for much of this year. They got it back. Who knows if it's just in time. It was a nice Christmas gift.
Well, first of all, they were highly motivated after what happened last time in Buffalo. You knew they wanted to come out and play well. And, boom, I thought MVP Josh showed up. You talked about Josh Allen, the guy who can run it and throw it at a high level. He made some unbelievable plays in this football game using his size, using the athletic ability, the little flip underhand and keeping the drive going. And to me, he was the catalyst for this offense. The offensive line played well. Josh Allen didn't get sacked today. Correct. So overall, the offense was carrying this team, and they looked a lot better. And I just thought they played from ahead all day. Okay, they never got behind in this game. Right. And the confidence exuded throughout the game. They knew they were the better team, and they played that way today.
Real quickly, I mean, and this isn't we talked about ceilings and basement. Buffalo went a little lower than we thought, and certainly lower than New England did all year. But the team that can reach the highest as we see it with 2 regular season games to go. What do you think?
Buffalo's ceiling is as high as anybody in the AFC, maybe even higher than Kansas City. And the problem we had with Buffalo is they played lower than we thought they could go. Losing games against the Colts, losing games against Tampa, the way the rush defense looked. But today, I think we saw a team that we thought we were going to see at the beginning of the season, a team that can compete for an AFC championship, a team that, quite frankly, they should be competing for an AFC title because in their process of a couple of 3 years, they need to be in that spot again.
We're, 2 games out, but Buffalo has home games against Atlanta. Be a little chilly up there after New Year's.
Exactly.
And home game against the Jets. They win those 2. They win the East because they have a better division record. New England home to Jags at Miami. Couple of notes on this that we have to say. Bill Belichick has been a head coach in this league for 474 games, including Cleveland, mostly New England. First time a Belichick team did not force the other team to punt. That's an amazing note on this game.
That's a good nugget there.
A lot of 4th down gamble. By the way, the teams made 8 4th downs in this game. This was pretty good stuff. Now, Josh Allen ran 12 times, maybe not as much against the 2 teams coming up. That would be okay. Needed to in this game. All right. Charge snow. You got it. Circling the snow tires. And Josh Allen says, "Hey, man, we like this stuff. Atlanta, dome team, South, they're mathematically alive." Josh Allen, he said prettier games throwing, but he ran for 2 touchdowns, up 7-2. A 2-run homer for the crime dog, Fred McGriff. Now Allen, the Gabe Davis makes catch, originally ruled incomplete, but the Bills challenge, they said it was a catch. He's back on the
field. Sometimes I just marvel at the receivers, at their ability to control their body and make sure they get their feet down.
And now you can see the weather. Allen goes, "Let me go." Well, he his 2 touchdown runs, nobody touched him.
Yeah, just a tough play to stop when you get all that lead blocking in front.
14-2. Now Ron Extravagant is at a 3-run homer. It's 14-5 for Atlanta. Allen scrambling, but Duron Harmon makes the pick in the end zone.
Yeah, it's a good tip ball. Again, boom, tips and overthrows. Defensive players love those.
Yep. Now, Matty Ice, fittingly named on this day, to Kyle Pitts. Oh, man. Look at Kyle Pitts. Has a chance to set all sorts of tight end records held by Mike Ditka. First down Falcons at 61 yards, down to the 1. Mike Davis. You know what? Buffalo thought they had a laugher. All of a sudden, it's 14-12.
Yeah, Atlanta, Matt Ryan made some plays. He was under siege all day in the pocket, but they can run the ball in Atlanta.
Yep. Now, Allen looking for Cole Beasley, but overthrown A.J. Terrell with the pick. And Atlanta kicks a field goal. They lead 15-14 at the half. Buffalo shot.
Yeah, in a dogfight, boom.
Yep, 3rd and 3 now. Bills, Allen. Atlanta feeling this. But good protection. They just run 3. I'm going to keep it myself. They don't want them to get hit much in these last 2 games. But when you got to win the game, you don't have a choice. Devin Singletary ran well, over 100 yards. And the Bills score and get a 2-point conversion, 22-15. Now, 6 minutes to go. Ryan. Look at Matty Ice. He's in for a touchdown. But they should.
Yeah.
They ruled it. He was down, and then they had a taunting, and
they didn't
were at the
score.
16,
Exactly.
And they didn't score, and shirts off in Buffalo. and the Bills win 29-15. They clinch a playoff spot. That they know, and the Bills have won 3 in a row. Atlanta out of it. The Bills ran for 233.
Bills ran for 233. I did not like Josh Allen throwing 3 picks. Did not hurt them today, boom. Something to watch for, though, in the future.
Right? They know. Now, the Patriots.
But they got a lot to figure out the quarterback position, boom.
For sure. Now, on to the AFC East. Both Buffalo and New England tied. Bills win, though, at home. Didn't matter what the Patriots did at Miami. They're hosting the Jets late afternoon. Cold Devin Singletary. They started running real well. 40 yards. That's been coming as of late. 3rd and goal. Josh Allen. Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's even better.
He's the only quarterback in the league that can make that play, boom, the stiff arm a defender, and then make that throw as you have a guy on your body. He's 6'5", 240, the only guy that can do that.
No, Ferrari stuck in the snow. Touchdown to Diggs, 7-0. Now 10-0. Zach Wilson. Jets almost beat Tampa last week. Keelan Cole. I know it's Cole out, but it's a touchdown, 40 yards.
Something you rarely ever see, a big play against the Bills defense.
Well, 10-7. Bills up only 13-10 fourth quarter. Allen. Well, you know what, in a game like this, he's their best weapon 3 times over.
Playoff time, you'll start to see him running a lot more.
Singletary bounces, touchdown 20-10. Again, the Jets played tough. Buffalo defense really allowed the Jets only that play that you saw for most of the game. And then 3rd and goal later in the 4th, Allen finds Singletary. It's a touchdown. So they had to work for it for 4 quarters, but the Bills clinch the AFC East at home for the first time since '95. It's the first time since the glory days, 88, 89, 90, 91, that they'd won back-to-back AFC East. That's a long time ago. So the Bills win, but that game was in doubt for a lot. Stephon Diggs stepping taller as the weeks go on.
2 straight division titles. How much fun has this been to be a part of?
It's awesome. I feel like we put a lot of work in just to get to this point, and that's all you can ask for is an opportunity. It's been a lot of ebbs and flows, ups and downs, but we managed to make it work and, you know, come together as a team.
Hey, it's the postseason, and we're back. Chris Berman, Booger McFarland. This is playoff time, NFL primetime. Welcome to the real season, Booger.
Yeah, it's the real season. We fight all year to get to here, see if we can go get a little bit of diamonds on the fingers.
Well, I don't know what seed we were,
yeah,
but we made it in. All you got to do is get it, because you know what time it is?
Yes.
You know what time it is? You know what time it is? It's
playoffs? Don't talk about it. Playoffs? You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
It's kind of like playing the national anthem before the start of the season. We had to do that.
Absolutely.
Coach Mora, we love them. You know,
Coach, absolutely.
All right, so we get to the business at hand?
Yes, let's do it.
Because, wow, all we can say is, wow. So, let me just put this into perspective. The Buffalo Bills have been looking up for 20 years, as is just about everybody in football, at the New England Patriots. Patriots, obviously, almost for 2 decades every year. AFC East champs. Bills won it last year. But despite all of it, with New England back in and winning in Buffalo early this year in the monsoon, or whatever you want to call it, Bill Belichick's record as Patriot coach in Buffalo, 19-3. To the fans, it was personal. Last year, they didn't get a chance to support their team in the playoffs in the Ralph. I still call it the Ralph. This time, with New England coming in, the rubber match, the team split. How would it turn out? Well, this, despite the temperature, was a night for circling the wagons as much as they've ever circled them for the Buffalo Bills. And here we go, Patriots at the Bills. And we know, like we said, Buffalo, maybe their best game of the year was in New England just a few weeks ago. But New England has one of the greatest coaches, if not the, of all time. And how would he put the clamps on Josh Allen? Answer, no matter what the temperature, you couldn't clamp this. And right away on the very first drive, Josh is off and running, Boog.
Yeah, and temperature can't stop that. He looks down the field, no one is open. And this is the X factor, boom, 6'5" and 240, and you can't tackle him.
So all of a sudden they're in Patriot territory, and then Allen, he's got to roll. That's the design roll. It's a first down, and now down to the 9 yards, a 15-yard game. So Allen is running, but you knew sooner or later he's going to throw it. And this almost looks like a Wednesday practice when he finally, let me run, like, okay, I'm throwing it out of bounds. No, I'm not! It's Dawson Knox, 7-0 Buffalo.
Back on the playground, we used to count Mississippi. I counted 8 Mississippis, boom. That's a long time for Josh Allen. And it looks like he's thrown it away, but what a play there by Knox.
8 Mississippi, that's a lot of S's, a lot of P's. That's a lot of stuff, 7-0 Buffalo. Mac Jones, could he be the first rookie quarterback to win a playoff game since Russell Wilson 9 years ago? Well, frankly, he was the best player on the field for New England, but more on that after it's over. He finds Hunter Henry 30 yards. And now, 3rd and 10 near midfield. Here's Mac. Hadn't played a lot of these games in -6 wind chill factor. And look at him run.
Early on, it was Mac's athleticism that was giving Buffalo an issue as he was escaping the pocket.
But you want to talk about Bills defense ranked first in the NFL in scoring and in yards? Look at Micah Hyde go up and steal a touchdown in front of Aguilar.
Center field safety coming from the middle of the field, boom. This is one of the greatest plays in Buffalo Bill defensive history.
I would agree with that. And so the Patriots were looking to tie the game, and now Buffalo's second possession. Allen dropping. Oh, and there's Isaiah McKenzie, who ruined the Patriots up in Foxborough a few weeks ago. First down. Allen running. First down. You look at it again. Look at the strength.
But notice what down it is, boom. Third down. Design quarterback run on third down.
Now, very next play. Zing! Dawson Knox, and it was pretty good coverage. 14-0 Buffalo.
You could shoot a gun and the bullet wouldn't get there any faster.
All right, now the Bills. Next possession. Patriots a little bit of a rush. Oh, Gabriel Davis. 22 yards. They're all getting involved. Look at the water Buffalo heads. Then Devin Singletary. Running has been much better the last month. Down to the 4-yard line. Couple plays later. Singletary, a rushing touchdown following the block.
Not only a rushing touchdown, but look at the physicality. Contact at the 2-yard line, and he drives his feet in.
Highlight of the game, New England, they blocked the extra point 20-0. Star Lutulele's had a tough time coming back from a lot of stuff, but he was a star on this play.
Love the inside move. Center goes away. He makes the move on the right guard. Nice sack.
Now Allen. Stephon Diggs. Hello. How's the grab? How's the throw?
Been a lot of noise talking between Jackson and Diggs. Tonight, it was Diggs' game.
45 yards. Now, next play. Josh. Gonna fake the handoff, gonna roll left, and watch this move. And makes the move on Bosby. Then he's safe.
Boom, think about that. He's making a move on a cornerback. That's a quarterback making a cornerback fall.
Gain of 9. Now Singletary bouncing it. Nice move there. His second touchdown, and you get the feeling what's happening. 27-3 at the half.
Boom, if they can run the football, this is one scary offense. And tonight, they ran it with effectiveness downhill.
Patriots playoff history, 24-point deficit, largest they've seen. It would get worse. For New England, it will be more fun for the singing fans. Matt Milano, 58, always around the ball, tips. Levi Wallace with the pick.
Boom, you know the rule. Tips and overthrows. Defenders, we got to get those.
Yep, and you're salivating here with such a big lead. Meanwhile, Allen, we get another drive. That's Emmanuel Sanders. 33-3 Buffalo. 33-10 now, fourth quarter. Another drive. Why not another score? Hyde made a big play. Now to Davis over the middle, 40-10. Every time they had the ball, they scored a touchdown.
And dare I say, boom, the route was on.
Yeah, it's been on. And then Allen fakes the end, a little toss. Oh, the big guy, Tommy Doyle. You don't think they're having fun now?
Boom, that's not a pick six. We call it a thick six. He's over 300.
Wow, the Buffalo Bills. They frankly did what the Patriots in so many games have done to them and others. It's only one. But on this night, in a full house with below zero temperatures, the Buffalo Bills scored on every drive they had the ball. The last drive was a kneel down. It left no doubt that the back-to-back AFC East champion Buffalo Bills are truly, even though it went down to the last game of the season, truly the class of this division. What they do with it, we will see. But on this night, there are going to be some campers in the parking lot, I think, till Tuesday, Wednesday. And look, every drive a touchdown. I mean, do we need to say anymore? This was a team to me, and forget that it's New England. Let's forget that for a minute. This is a team to me that looked super confident in everything they were going to attempt, and most of the plays looked crisp despite the temperature.
Yeah, boom, and not only confident. To me, this was like the culmination of something that they've been putting in the works for a long time. Remember, the first game in Buffalo, Monday night, the win was a factor.
You remember.
But ever since then, boom, go back to the game in New England. They have dominated the Patriots since that game. And tonight, it wasn't a new game. It was a continuation of the last game in Foxborough. Yes. The quarterback was dominant. They ran the football 170 yards on 29 carries. And when they can run the football with the quarterback on design runs, boom, 3rd and 3, 3rd and 3 as a defender, I'm not counting the quarterback as someone I have to stop. 2nd and goal. Now, the same guy that can run the football, boom, 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi. What's going on, Granddad? Let me call my grandpa. Boom, that's 8 Mississippi. I can go to the bathroom and back, and you'll still be on the air. That's how long Josh Allen had. It was just a total dominant performance up and down the field. You got to give the offensive coordinator, Brian Daboll, a lot of credit because he called a game that allowed his weapons, Josh Allen, Stephon Diggs, to flourish.
Well, not only that, Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, all the Connecticut, smell all the longer states. That's what it was. Look, for Buffalo, and it's only 1 win, but this will be talked about for a long, long time up there because this is the team. You know, so 13-3, they went to 11-6.
Yes.
What's wrong with the Bills? Well, they don't look, and there was a lull there, and we all saw it. The second half of the Tampa game, which they lost, but the second half where they almost came back and won against their nemesis Tom Brady after they lost in the monsoon game. And I know they haven't blown every team out, but this is a team now, even though 11-6, they're a better team than the 13-3 team last year.
And remember what happened in the second half of the Tampa game. They were down. They were being blown out.
Down.
In the second half, we saw MVP Josh come back.
Yes.
They started using his legs, and we saw a guy who said, you know what? Sean McDermott, the head coach, says we have one of the best quarterbacks in football, and we are going to win or lose with his arm and his legs. And ever since then, boom, they have been unleashing Josh Allen, and now's the time you do it. Design quarterback runs. When it's win or go home, you have to put your best foot forward. They've been doing that, but what have we talked about? Their physicality. Boom, they ran the football for almost 180 yards tonight. When they can run the football, now you have to cover Diggs one-on-one, you have to cover Knox one-on-one. This is a juggernaut offense, and regardless of who they play in the next round, they are going to be a tough out because their defense doesn't give up big plays, and their offense, they put up 40 tonight. They didn't punt the ball. They could have scored again. They just took a knee. So this was as dominant of a performance as we've seen in a long time in the postseason.
Well, a couple of things for the Bills. Again, these are you know what it's like to be on a defense that's unreal.
Yes.
Now, of course, Tre'Davious, we'll see what that means moving forward. They're Pro Bowl usually corner
yes.
who's out for the year, but this was a game that it wasn't going to matter. But they were the lowest. They allowed the fewest points, the fewest yards, fewest passing yards, and their plus-minus, meaning points for, points against, was best in football. But when you're a defense, because the play that Hyde made, I'm not saying it would, but it would have been 7-7.
It was a touchdown, yes.
When you're a defense we are the #1 ranked. You know that you put your chest out, and boy, those safeties, Jordan Poyer knows what kind of play Micah Hyde made.
Put him on the sideline. That might have been the most unbelievable play I've ever seen on the field. I mean, I was playing man on tight end. He ran a drag, and I saw Mac throw the ball in the air. And, I mean, it looked like the receiver had maybe a step, but, you know, Micah was there and just made an unbelievable play. Like I said, probably one of the best plays I had ever seen on the field.
So those guys are a tandem during the game, during the press conferences. And, I mean, this is a night for a while it looked like, boy, really? Like these great expectations aren't going to. This is a team that has a look of a potential Super Bowl. I know you agree after tonight. I know New England agrees.
Well, what do we always talk about? You want to peak at the right time.
Yep.
It's a 17-game season. It was a long year. We've been playing football since July, boom. Here we are now in January. And you can't play your best all year. We talked about it in the Indianapolis Colts game when Jonathan Taylor ran up and down the field, when the Patriots rushed for 200-plus yards. Are the Bills for real? They've lost a few in a row. They're peaking at the right time now. They're healthy. Their offensive line, the physicality. And I keep reiterating that because you have to have balance. During the season, they got in trouble when Josh Allen was the only weapon. Now the balance that they have, and also, boom, defensively, when you can make a play like this, all right, it's going to be 7-7, and the momentum will have swung. But it's a touchdown. Aguilar hasn't beat, but for Hyde to come out of center field and make a play like that, that just gives your defense a boost. Because now all the momentum, it's 7-0. You get that play. Now the momentum is still on your side. Now it's 14-0, and away we go. And this defense, Leslie Frazier, you have to give him a lot of credit, too. He's being interviewed. People have talking about him for head coaching job. He had his defense ready to play tonight. So that's a great job by him of multitasking throughout the week, personally, head coaching positions, and also getting the defense ready to play against an opponent that he knows very well.
And Daboll will get interviewed too,
Absolutely.
but they're trying to do something else in the meantime. something you pointed out, 4 incompletions, 5 touchdown passes.
I think of that.
Now, for New England, this sounds like look, if we can, the sting for New England fans tonight, tomorrow, as we speak on this show, will be a while. But let's be honest. Your quarterback, Mac Jones, I thought was the best player on the field. He had 2 touchdowns to Bourne. And you could see by the way the guys went up to him afterwards. The fact that they were in the race to win the division till, I know they won 7 in a row and it stings and they didn't finish well. I think they overachieved this year in the broad picture. Maybe not feel like it tonight, but now they know how far they have to go to get back atop the division. I think at 10-7 with a quarterback who shows promise like this, I think in the big picture they should be upbeat about it.
It's going to sting tonight because it should. If it matters, it should sting. But when you wake up in the next few days, if you're the New England Patriots or their fans, you have to say really simple. We have our quarterback of the future now. Let's build around him. What did we talk about? What did the Bills do? They had Josh Allen. They went out and got Diggs. You have to get Mac Jones a #1 receiver. He doesn't have that right now. He's throwing the guys that are at the best 2s and 3s. Go get him a #1 receiver. You can run the football. We know Bill's going to play defense, and it's going to be tough to score on. But I love what Mac Jones did as a rookie, where this team got into the postseason. You have to feel really, really good about him going forward. Now get him some help. Get him a bona fide group of receivers, and Mac Jones will be fine.
Bill didn't forget any football.
Correct. I don't think he did.
He'll be anxious to get to work on whatever's coming for New England.
Yes.
But that won't be this season. What's coming for the Buffalo Bills, we can't, as it's Saturday night. They know that if the Chiefs beat Pittsburgh, it'll be a rematch of the AFC Championship game in the division round. But we're getting ahead of it. We're not selling Pittsburgh out. But boy, what firepower that would be if that were a game. So Buffalo moving on with exclamation points. Mississippi, dot the I's, say the P's. And now the other AFC, in a home game, we'll see. Game ball, really? You have to ask? I mean, hello? 7 possessions, 7 touchdowns. Josh Allen, from minute 1 to minute 60, was more and then some than New England could handle. Running, throwing, and even interviewing with our Diana Rossini.
All right, I'm here with Bills starting quarterback Josh Allen. Josh, you told me before the game you were going to go bare arms out in this playoff game, but you showed up in sleeves. Why?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to lie to you. I'm typically an old school football guy and like to show my toughness out there, but I came out for pre-games and it was pretty chilly, and I went inside actually, and Mitch Trubisky had a different sleeved shirt on, and I was like, that looks pretty cool, and I put it on and tested it and with the football, and it actually held pretty sturdy, so I made the switch, but I was pretty warm out there, I'm not gonna lie.
What was it like for you guys beating New England and seeing everybody?
It was awesome, and to know that our fans weathered the elements today and in basically sub-zero temperatures. It was awesome to hear their energy and feel the excitement in the air. It was something I'll remember for a long time. And after the game, I just kind of went to each corner and just pumped them up. And the amount of fans that were still here and how excited they were, it's something that they've been wanting for a very long time, and I'm glad we could give it to them today.
So even very call an audible with the sleeve. So that's so good.
Smart.
Listen, I'm going to make a guess. Crown Royal sales in Buffalo, an all-time high. There's probably none on the shelves, nor will there be for a few days. So both Buffalo, and they did it differently, but boy, did they reward their home squads.
Well, and it was good for 2 organizations. Yeah, 2 organizations that have been trying to get to this position for a long time, especially Cincinnati, to reward their fans in a year where fans can be back in the stadium and be a part of it. 2 young quarterbacks, 2 of those top 5 quarterbacks we're talking about on display, Josh Allen, Joe Burrow. I think if you're the NFL and you watch these games this weekend, you have to really smile based on the team effort, the star power, and everything we saw this week.
Well, to your point, Boog, if you're a football fan, you're looking forward to seing them play again.
Absolutely, yes.
Now,
yes.
We do it again on Sunday where we can put more of the pieces together. I'm leaving it out. All right? My goodness, did they not save the best for last this weekend? Chris Berman, Booger McFarland, NFL Primetime, the first round of the playoffs. This may be one of the best ever.
Boom, they called this the best weekend of the NFL season, and dare I say, it lived up to.
Well, let me just say this one thing before Boog we go. If you're a fan of football You just saw one of the great games of all time at any division, any time. If you're not a fan of football, you're a fan now. All right? So here we go to the AFC divisional game between, well, the fourth meeting in 2 years between two of the best quarterbacks, two of the best teams, the Buffalo Bills at the Kansas City Chiefs. Of course, they met last year on this very field in the championship game. Kansas City won. They met earlier this year there. Buffalo hammered them. Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, these are like two guys on a duel in the West, the old wild, wild West. Take 10 paces and fire, and don't stop firing until somebody wins. Here we go at Arrowhead because I'm just telling you, I just can't wait to do the highlights. We haven't even seen them yet. We all watched the game. Chiefs, Bills, Josh Allen. 7 for 7 on touchdowns last week, and the Chiefs scored on 6 straight touchdowns last week. Patrick Mahomes and company. Bills win toss or open with the kickoff and Josh Allen running right, and the Honey Badger hurt right away. One of the best defensive players on the Chiefs.
Yeah, a little friendly fire. Jaron Reed knees him in the head, and he would be missed, Boom.
And they were running early 4th and goal. Devin Singletary in the end zone, 7-0. Buffalo circles wagon number 1. Now, Chiefs first possession. Mahomes. How does he always do it? He rarely takes a big lick, even though they got like 4 Bills around him. 34-yard scramble. Mahomes scrambling. Where are you? And look at this. Where's the pylon? That's amazing.
It's the theme of the day. Playing man-to-man downfield. All the defenders' backs are turned. Nobody sees Mahomes. He's taking advantage of it early.
Exhale. It's 7-all. Second quarter. Mahomes near midfield. And what? The sidearm throw to Tyreek Hill. We've seen this from him a million times. It never gets old.
Drop it down like Darren O'Day from the Baltimore Orioles. Boom. You'll like that one.
Yes, or Quisenberry used to pitch for the KC Royals in there. And now Mahomes, the Byron Pringle. Once you pop, you cannot stop. 14-7 Chiefs.
All that's played by the athleticism of Mahomes, keeping the play alive, allowing Pringle to uncover.
But you know what, Buck? Every time there was a touchdown in this game, here came the other team. Josh Allen. Gabriel Davis, number 13. Has he come into his own this year? We're tied at 14. Now third quarter, Chiefs lead 17-14. Mecole Hardman. The Bills have him hemmed in. No, they don't. Touchdown, Kansas City. So the Chiefs. Now Butker with the extra point. He missed field goal. He missed. So 23-14. The only 2-score lead, but it's 9, not 10. Allen. Okay, you scored. We're going to score. How you like me now? Gabriel Davis, 23-21, a 2-point game.
Boom, one of the greatest throws I've ever seen.
Unreal. He went back like 15 yards and
just
fired it. Now, 26-21, Kansas City. Josh Allen, 3rd and 4. I mean, whether he dialed his number or just saw it, he was unbelievable. Keeping the drive alive, 3rd and 1. Josh, rolling, Frank Clark chasing, not going to get there. Move the chains. Now, this is all under 3 minutes to go, but they need a touchdown. Josh, escaping. How did he get out? How did he do it?
Boom, 6'5" and 240 to move and elude defenders like that, unfair.
Sean McDermott said, well, I see it every day in practice, 3rd and 7. Josh, a little dump to Singletary, and right then you figured, you know what? They're going to come up short. It's 4th and 13. There's 2 minutes to go. Short? Did you call me short? I don't think so. Allen, Davis, touchdown. Bills lead 27-26 on a 4th and 13.
A lot of miscommunication on the back end. They missed the Honey Badger.
And so, of course, you need to go for 2 because the kick doesn't do anything, but the Chiefs are going to stop him. Frank Clark, Chris Jones, no, they don't stop him. Stephon Diggs, 2-point conversion, 29-26 Bills, $1:54 to go in the game. Chiefs, 3rd and 10. Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, 11 yards, moving down the field. 2 plays later, Chiefs 2 and 10, 2nd and 10. Mahomes, Hill, the road runner. Not only is he fast, He's gone. He knew it at the 15. 33-29 Kansas City. You got to be kidding me.
Too deep man zone underneath, boom, and they let Tyreek Hill get into the soft spot, touchdown.
And so Josh Allen has already won the game once. Now they're behind again 4. Here they come. Allen, oh my goodness, it's him again. It's Gabe Davis. Buffalo trying to move it. Allen, 47 seconds. Davis, first down, 17 seconds. Allen, nice pocket. Gabe Davis, again? Yes, sir. 36-33 Buffalo. There's 13 seconds left for Andy Reid. Go ahead.
Everybody thought the game was over, boom, at that point.
The Bills have won it. They've won it twice in the last 2 minutes. But now with 13 seconds, Mahomes, Hill, picks up 19, timeout. 8 seconds to go. Mahomes, Travis Kelce, get down, call a timeout. Field goal range. Now Butker's had a rough night. But from 49, with advancement on the line, the kick is up. It is good. We're going overtime, tied at 36, Bug.
Wow.
Who's going to win the toss? Because these defenses had to be gassed.
They were.
And the toss goes to Kansas City. 2nd and 8. Mahomes, little flip. And Jerick McKinnon, these last few weeks, that was a beautifully set up screen.
Unbelievable play call by Andy Reid. He's famous for the screen. Another one there.
Now, Chiefs 2nd and 6. Mahomes. Hardman. He's got wheels. He's wide open. It's 26 yards. Can the Bills hold him to a field goal? Because then they'll get the ball. 1st and goal. Mahomes. Float. Kelce. Did he get the feet in? Did he hold the ball? They took a look. But yes, he did for the win.
Double move, out and up against the linebacker Milano. Unbelievable ball placement. Better catch by Travis Kelce.
Oh, my goodness. Each team won this game a million times in the last 2 minutes. And if you're Buffalo, you won it twice and you lost. Kansas City, 42. Buffalo, 36. The Chiefs moving on at home against the Bengals. The Bills, my goodness, you couldn't play any better than that. One of the great games of all time, and fittingly, our intrepid and then some Sal Palantonio with Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, I mean, 17, Josh is a player, man. We're going to play in a lot of these games over time, and it's always going to be a battle. It'll never be easy, and they have a great football team, and, I mean, much credit to him, man. He played his tail off today.
Right back here next Sunday.
Oh, yeah, we're ready to go, man. We got to play the Bengals. They're a heck of a football team. Well, I mean, they beat us already this year, but we'll be ready to go here at Arrowhead Sunday.
Congratulations.
Appreciate you.
Where do we begin except these quarterbacks? I'm telling you, and this already rival. I'm getting bigger than we should here. This is going to be Patriots Colts, Brady Manning. This is going to be, Niners Cowboys. This is going to be, but they're going to have to go a long way to top what we just saw, pal.
Boom, we went into this game knowing that this was going to be 2 high-powered offenses led by 2 of the great young quarterbacks in this league, and whoever got the ball last was probably going to win. Rarely ever does it play out that way, and it did. Josh Allen was outstanding. He did everything he could have did. He walked off the field, boom, 13 seconds left, and his team had a lead. But that's how unbelievable Patrick Mahomes was. And the coaching job, there were several tactical errors and capitalizations by the other team in the final minute. 13 seconds left. You have to kick that ball inbounds. The Bills kicked it in the end zone. They didn't burn any time on the kickoff return.
Correct.
So they saved seconds, them being the Chiefs. They come out. Okay, you come out, you hit a quick pass to Tyreek Hill, timeout. Then you hit the pass, you get it to Kelce. Then you're able to get the ball and put it in play. 3 plays, boom, in 13 seconds. It doesn't happen often like that.
No, well, it only happens if you've got one of the greats of all.
Yes.
I'm already going to say it, one of the greats already, and he was facing one of the greats already. 13 seconds. I just wonder what's going through Mahomes' head. Okay, what do we? But everybody knew. Get down, timeout. Like, this was a clean game as well as it was exciting.
Without a doubt, because you had guys. This wasn't a game about mistakes. This was a game about great players making great plays.
Yes.
Punch, counterpunch, punch, counterpunch. Great throws. The throw that Josh Allen made, it was maybe the best throw I've ever seen. But the way Mahomes was able to will his team and keep plays alive was outstanding. You saw 2 high-class, high-run organization football teams that were well-coached, that were just a little couple of tactical errors that cost them the game at the end.
I mean, Mahomes, 378 passing, ran 69. Josh, 329 passing, ran 68. I mean, do we need to – and, oh, by the way, we haven't gotten to Hill, to Kelsey, Gabe Davis. There's other things to talk about. But Sal, talk with the man that caught the winning touchdown, Travis Kelsey.
Tell me about the last play, touchdown to win it.
We knew we had to look all year, one-on-one with a backer. Pat made a great throw. I'm just so proud of this damn team, man. Adversity. When adversity hits, we rise to the occasion. I love this team, man.
You wanted to get the ball and obviously just finish it off and get a touchdown, just like Brady did to you guys here a few years ago.
I wasn't thinking about none of that, baby. I was thinking about going and playing my tail off of these guys in red tonight. And sure enough, we made plays at the end.
You got the AFC Championship game back here next week.
Yeah, we're fired up and ready to go, baby. Listen to this crowd. We're back at Arrowhead yet again, baby. Holla at me.
Cut 8 for 96. Hill 11 for 150. Gabe Davis 4 for 201.
Yeah.
And by the way, the first player ever to catch four receiving touchdowns in a postseason game. Josh Allen, Joe Montana, the only two to throw 4 touchdown passes in 2 separate postseason games. Obviously the same season. I mean, and Joe, a Super Bowl year in '89. It's hard to analyze defense when you're playing teams playing at the top of level. And here you go. That's the multiple game. You're on a screen with Joe. The difference is Joe won the Super Bowl, and they clobbered Denver. And Josh, there's nothing better you can do except marvel in it. Defensively, look, you're facing 2 quarterbacks who knew they had to be at the top of their game, and they were.
They were.
I can't sit here and go, oh, the Bills have a top defense. How did they score? I think it's beyond that, or am I missing something?
Boom, it's a little beyond that, but here's what you have to say. You ask any football player with a grain of salt, any Hall of Fame head coach, 13 seconds left, and they got to go that far down the field to set up for a field goal. You're supposed to win that football game. There are certain things you can do, Boom. On the play to Travis Kelsey, they were playing Hail Mary prevent defense as if the Chiefs were going for a touchdown. That's a tactical error by the Bills. They weren't going for a touchdown. They were setting up for a field goal to tie the game. So little small tactical errors by the coaching staff. Leslie Frazier, who's an outstanding coach. Sean McDermott, raised under Jim Johnson, an outstanding coach. 2 defensive guys put their defense in a situation to allow Travis Kelsey. He got a free release off the line of scrimmage. Tyreek Hill, free release. You can't allow free access within your defense, especially with a marksman like Patrick Mahomes. So you're right. They have a really good defense, but it's the little small things that become gigantic in a game like this.
Well, and look, the Chiefs' defense they were around Josh Allen, but Gabe Davis gets, it just floods it. They couldn't cover him at all. One thing before we go, both quarterbacks, it looks like, okay, we're running it, and we have blockers in front of us all the time. Not the case. Sometimes Josh took on, 3 Chiefs and bullying. And Mahomes, how does he do it and rarely takes a lick?
People are deceived by how fast Mahomes is. He doesn't always look like he's running as fast as a Josh Allen or Lamar Jackson, but it's amazing how nobody can catch him.
It's amazing.
And when you look at Josh Allen, people are afraid to tackle him. He's 6'5" and 240, Boom. So, yeah, they do it in different ways, but they both used their legs tonight, and they were paramount in the game plan.
Hey, just one thing from all of us to the Chiefs and the Bills.
Wow.
Thank you.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes.
Like, that was real. Do we really have to do another? Yeah, because Tom Brady was playing the Rams, and that was pretty good too, right? So here we go. One thing that the defending Super Bowl champion